What's up there, everyone? I apologize for the delay. Had to get some issues ironed out technical wise. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. Hopefully you can hear me really well. I'm using a different mic, obviously, as you can tell. Let me open up here the live discussion so I can take a look at it. Oh, there we go. Let me just listen to myself for a second. Great. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Okay. So we got 3 viewers so far. Thank you guys for joining. So yeah, I probably look a little stupid. I don't have a mic stand right now, like a little miniature mic stand. So I have to hold this microphone in front of me. I could simply use the small microphone, or not the built-in microphone on my laptop like I usually do, but I want to give this new professional mic a chance, or not a chance. I kind of want to test it out. Has good quality. I'm going to use it for some music recording coming up. So until I get a mic stand, I have to hold it like this. All right. So we're going to have additional people join this call. Okay. So let me add another person to this call. Oh, no, that didn't work. Okay, stand by, guys. Hold up. Facebook, we'll drag it over here. So I'm still having technical issues here. So let me get this ironed out real fast. At least we're running. Okay. All right. So I sent out an invite to Mr. Rocco. Okay. So whoever's watching, which it looks like I might be having buffer issues, my bad. If you are watching, please drop a comment. I kind of want to know what your who's watching, what you guys are up to, stuff like that. So yeah, hello to Uranium Force 9000. I'm glad you are watching. Sirens of Southeast Minnesota. You know, I am actually not tired at all. I'm just trying to get some stuff accomplished, or trying to get this all ironed out. I don't know why I keep saying that. Okay, so you All right, we're still having issues. I'm trying to get Rocco Giordano on this call, but it is currently not working. Oh, maybe. All right, Ryan, Northern Illinois EAS 267. Thank you for joining. Sorry for my hairy leg. Thank you for joining this call. All right, Uranium Force 9000. I will be filming a siren on Tuesday. It'll be in Logan County. I'm not going to reveal what I'm going to be recording, but I will be recording something in Logan County on Tuesday. I filmed a Cyclone once, Cyclone 120. All right, so let's cut to what this live stream's going to be about. If you have any questions regarding post-tropical cyclone Hermine, please leave a comment and I will answer it as best as possible. I'm just going to try to take a look here. Yes, I know I need a mic stand. I'm going to get one. I don't have one currently, so for tonight, we're just going to hold the mic up to my face. And I'm just going to look like a rapper or a singer, which I already am kind of a singer. So I'm not used to this appearance. Anyways, anywho, still trying to work in getting Rocco on here. All right, so Rocco should be here in about a minute from now, something like that. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm approaching 900 subscribers. I probably should have more considering I've been part of YouTube since 2007. But oh, another thing that's different before I go on is I have a dual screen setup now, which means I can monitor the chat all the time as the stream's going on. Because last time, I had to switch between windows and do all that good garbage. But now I have a dual screen, so I have screens up here, and then I can watch what's going on in the chat on my TV. Very nice, very nice. Love this dual screen setup. Okay, but anyways, oh yeah. By the way, yeah, I'm like getting a kind of like a home studio setup. I'm working at it, which is why I have this microphone now. It's one of many steps to get a home studio set up, but a lot of changes going on in my room. And of course, right underneath this monitor, if you saw my live stream from last time, is my Sage Endec. It's literally right underneath the TV, and that's always fun. Okay, so now let's actually get on topic here. And we're going to talk about Hermine. So let's summarize what has happened so far. So Hermine was it started out as a tropical wave, just as any other tropical cyclone does. Started out as a wave in the Caribbean. And for many, many, many days, we have been watching this wave kind of move across the Caribbean and across northern Cuba, that region. It developing, wasn't doing anything. For a while, kind of thought that maybe it would die, like this wave would never materialize. And of course, now that's a different story. It materialized. It hit Florida as a Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds of 80 miles per hour. That occurred 2 days ago now. It's been almost 48 hours since it made landfall south of Tallahassee, Florida. It is now offshore once again. It is offshore North Carolina, and it is over an area of warm waters that is favoring intensification. It's back up to 70 miles per hour. It's post-tropical, though. Yeah, it is post-tropical now, but it is intensifying. So we could be looking at a post-tropical hurricane. Actually, we are expected to see a post-tropical hurricane develop within the next, well, probably under 24 hours. It could very well be a post-tropical hurricane tomorrow morning. So Rocco will be on here soon. But basically, we're going to talk about what the future holds for Cyclone Hermine. I can't call it Tropical Cyclone Hermine anymore, but I can call it Cyclone Hermine. So it's a very, very tricky forecast. Models have been shifting around a lot. It's kind of like, oh, hold up. It's Rocco again. Rocco should be about to join. Okay. So it's very complicated forecast. Very, very complicated because, oh, wow, only 4 viewers. That's sad. Anyways, very complicated. For the models, which were very consistent for many days, are now not agreeing with each other. Like literally, I'm gonna pull up here from the hurricane spaghetti plots, and I'll show you
Hello.
how freaking ridiculous the models are. Okay, Rocco, Mr. Rocco Giordano has joined. Go ahead and say hi to the stream.
Hello, guys. So how you doing, I guess?
All right, so Rocco's here. He's going to share some thoughts, his standpoint on Cyclone Hermine, and yeah, we'll go from there. But to start off with, we're going to look at the spaghetti plots from the latest run of the forecast models. Let me pull that up real fast. Let's see here. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to go to the control room, and I'm going to do a screen share of these spaghetti plots. Okay, so here are the spaghetti plots.
Control room.
They are. I'm going to do a screen share. Oh, that was me. Anyways,
yeah, I was just watching like the feedback for a second.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that is how the models, what the models are doing right now. They are all over the place, and a lot of them are. Why the heck does that keep happening? Sorry. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked by things. Anyways, they're getting. Why does that keep turning back? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. All right, I gotta regain focus. As you can see, a lot of the models are going east and out to sea. There's a few that do cut westward, and actually a couple of them make landfall anywhere from the Chesapeake Bay to Jersey Shore, Long Island, that region. But most of them are kind of curving off to the northeast, headed out to sea. Looks like almost nothing will happen on the coast of the United States. But is that true? That's what we're going to discuss tonight. So there's an upper level trough that is placed to the north of Hermine currently. This trough is going to be responsible for the steering of this system over the next several days. As a matter of fact, Hermine, as of the latest advisory, is slowing down, which is expected, and it has turned a little bit more northeastward instead of going due east. Earlier today, it was moving straight east. It's now kind of more veering off to the northeast. So that is an indication, at least from my perspective, that this system has it's starting its turn that it was expected. So it's in the process of making that northward turn, which is what has been highly anticipated for the last several days. Again, it's also slowing down. That trough is system from racing off to the northeast like any other tropical cyclone would normally do. However, unlike Sandy, and this is a similar setup, I guess you could say, to what we had with Sandy in 2012. We had that blocking system to the north and to the east. However, that blocking feature is much stronger than this blocking feature. So that blocking feature caused it to make a hard left and smash right into the Jersey Shore. But this time it's going to be a little bit weaker, and instead it's just going to stall it out, potentially make it move a little bit erratically, and then eventually, as it gets as that trough loses its influence on Hermine, it will then curve off and race to the northeast. At least that is what is currently advertised. Now, it's probably a little easy to kind of call a bust or kind of call it quits on this storm, but this is definitely something that we need to continue to watch, because a lot of different people that I have talked to or different posts that I've seen in other weather groups, that they believe that this system will not that the models currently don't have a good handle on the turning mechanism of this system. Like it's getting what they say, a little bit of baroclinic feedback, I guess you could say,
Do you
which
see
is
how it
which is
says?
causing. I'm
Do you
sorry.
see how it still says? Sorry to interrupt, but do you still see how it still says Tropical Depression 09L model track guidance?
Tropical. Oh yeah, yeah. I just now noticed that. Huh. That's quite interesting. But okay, so I'm gonna open up with the Weather Bell models, just so we can take a look at the latest suite of models that have come out. I have taken a glance at some of the model outputs from tonight, and it's the high resolution, like the mesoscale models, that are really aggressive right now. They're predicting this thing to blow up into some huge freak extratropical cyclone, and they are much farther west than the global models, which it seems like the track per the NHC is following more towards the global models than the mesoscale models. So we will take a look. But before I start showing you these, keep in mind that each of these is one possible scenario. There's nothing that we can particularly say will happen, but we do have to look at all the potential scenarios. All right.
To be honest, I kind of feel like since we're getting more and more closer to possible land impact, I think we should like start to pay more attention to the local short-term models, but still pay attention to the global models, but just like turn our focus towards the short-term models.
Yes, yes, for sure. So, okay. So let's take a look at the GFS. That is like probably one of the more popular, most commonly seen model out there, most heard of, whatever you want to call it. Let's go to the eastern United States, and we're going to take a look at MSLP and precipitation. That just simply shows the pressure systems and associated 6-hour precipitation accumulation amounts. So here is hour 0. This is the initialization of the GFS, 18 Zulu, which is 1 p.m. Central Time, or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. There's the cyclone. It is currently off the shore of North Carolina. And at 1 p.m. this afternoon, that's pretty much right where it was at. It was about right there. So there it is. It's not showing any precipitation at this time. We're going to move forward 6 hours. So this is 0 Zulu. We're already past. I can't talk. We are already past 0 Zulu. But okay. So there it is. Now you can see the precipitation. A lot of it's happening on the north and the east side, which is what is expected in an extratropical cyclone. You kind of see it. A lot of precipitation happen on the northeast side, the north and the northeast. Whereas a tropical cyclone, that precipitation kind of wraps all around. It gets really symmetrical. So this is a classic extratropical cyclone appearance or look, whatever you want to say. So we're going to kind of pan back and forth between 0, the initialization, and the plus 6-hour frame, and just see how much progress it makes. So there you go. Boom. There's 0, and then there's hour 6. So it makes some progress to the east-northeast, just like that. We've already seen that happen. So that was 0 Zulu was an hour ago. Take a we'll take a look at the current position of the storm. We're going back here to the spaghettymodels.com. We'll kind of take a look at the satellite where the storm circulation is right now. So let's open this. Okay, so there's a loop of it. It's still meandering there off the Outer Banks, North Carolina. It's a good 100 miles or so off now. But you take a look at that, and then you take a look at this model again. And as you can see, this model pushes it. It's putting it a little far east as compared to what the actual center is. Not a whole lot, but it is about, I'm going to say about 50 to 100 miles east of where the current low center is. And this is as of 0 Zulu. So that's over an hour ago now. So that's one problem with the models being too far east, is because they're going a little fast on the system, at least particularly the GFS. They're just a little bit fast and a little bit too far east. And of course, whenever the models are too far east or too far west or too far wherever in the early stages of the model run, that can skew the results for later in the forecast period. So as you can see, the GFS is a little bit too far east here already. Now let's go forward to hour 12. There you go. It kind of gets, by hour 12, it's going actually almost, it's more like a north and northeast pattern. So there you go. There's the turn that we've been anticipating. It's underway right now. Kind of was concerned earlier that it wasn't going to happen at all, and it was going to go straight out to sea, but it does look like it's in progress, and the GFS supports it.
Yeah,
so there's what,
like satellite loops, kind of like what's it called? Sorry, taking it more northeast now.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely going more northeastward now, which which is expected. This one is bringing it almost due north, maybe not quite due north, but it's slowing down there. You can see the heavy precipitation continuing to the north and northeast part of the cyclone. A little bit of wraparound precipitation. Looks like there's a nice little cold front going down off that southeast.
Exactly like a nor'easter.
It is. It looks very much like a nor'easter. That's good observation there. But yeah, there's a cold front, that little tail you see. So it's definitely a classic, powerful extratropical cyclone. But you can see that it's still well offshore. Looks like some tight gradient lines moving into the Delmarva region there at hour 12. So you could expect an increase in the winds. Gusty winds have already been reported in southern New Jersey, the Delmarva region, already today. So, oh yeah, by the way, Uranium Force 9000, that was not Rocco burping, that was me. But anyways, so there you go. There's hour 12. Let's go forward to hour 18. Kind of look at the difference. Still kind of going, but it's much slower, but it is going east, like northeast still. So it's still kind of pulling itself away from the mid-Atlantic, as according to the GFS there. But it is strengthening. I mean, look how much stronger that is just from those two frames. I mean, right now, we'd be looking at somewhere pretty close to being an extratropical hurricane, I guess you could say. That center there is definitely below 1,000 millibars, and still very heavy precipitation, largely remaining offshore. But you can see some of that precipitation actually does make it more westward and could potentially skim the Chesapeake Bay at hour 18. We'll go ahead to 24 hours, and then we'll go look at a different parameter. 24 hours, there you go. There's where it really stalls. There's hardly any movement between 18 and 24 hours. Actually, at hour 24, it kind of nudges itself a little bit to the west, a little bit northwest even. and which is expected when a system stalls. It starts kind of crawling and it moves erratically. So nothing unusual there, but you take note that it does kind of nudge itself a little bit to the west and north. Rocco, what do you have to say so far?
To be honest, I'm kind of liking this situation. Like right now, it's about a 30% chance, I'd say, of this storm going out to sea. But like, it, here's another whole thing I want to talk about. I hope you don't mind. It'll just take a few minutes. So, like, what I've seen earlier is the government and some like town officials in New Jersey have been failing to inform people of the real dangers of the storm. There's been people flocking to the coast this weekend, particularly today, and they have no idea what the real dangers are. The government just fails to inform them of the true dangers. They need to let the people know because they're going to be all trapped on the islands when the storm hits.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. The coastal areas, all the way from North Carolina right now, all the way up to freaking Rhode Island, it's going to be a danger zone for the next several days.
Yeah, because people think, oh, it's just a tropical storm, we'll be fine. They haven't said anything. They haven't told us to evacuate. But then when the storm comes in full force, they're all unprepared.
Exactly. Coastal areas
it tells them.
Yeah, it's gonna be very dangerous in the coastal areas. System goes. I mean, obviously, where the system goes is going to have an impact on the impacts. No pun intended, or whatever. What our outcomes are going to be for the Mid-Atlantic, but regardless, the coastal areas is going to be experiencing dangerous to potentially life-threatening storm surge over the next several days because we got this massive cyclone sitting there on the water that's going to pile up all that ocean water, and it's going to go inland regardless of where this thing goes. I mean, it's going to be very dangerous. Now, if it goes more eastward and more out to sea, that's going to be less of the heavy rain. I mean, we've already seen the rain outlooks. They're not overly impressive right now, and that's because of its eastward track. But that also have an impact on tropical storm force winds moving on shore. Right now, there's just a small little coastal area that's experiencing those kind of winds at this point in time, but nudges a little bit to the west, which is actually currently advertised even by the National Hurricane Center. It is expected to kind of go to the west a little bit. Some of those winds should come on shore. Okay, so we're going to go back here to the GFS model, and we're going to take a look at surface winds. So this is 10-meter winds. One moment. Let me get this ready. We'll go back and hit MSLP 10-meter wind. Okay, here we go. Let me hit screen share. Weather bell. All right. So here we go.
Is that an Apple Watch you have on?
This is not an Apple Watch. It is a Fitbit Blaze.
Oh, kind of looks like an Apple Watch, to be honest.
Yeah, it kind of does, yeah. All right. So we're going to take a look at surface winds from the GFS. There you go. That's a pretty large wind field there, pretty large field of tropical storm level winds there.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And there you go. Kind of goes off to the northeast. But you can definitely see the intensification right there. That's hour 12. Hour 18. There you go. Just gets stronger and stronger. Then it stalls. And then there you can see where the wind field shifts to the northwest right there. On hour 30. There you go. See, this is like straight northwest now. Just offshore as I think if I'm not mistaken there, that's like a little bit below 990 millibars there. So that's a very strong. Okay, and then it goes farther west yet there, hour 36.
Wow.
And then 42. Let's see what happens at 42. It might, okay, 42, it's kind of stalling. But if you can see here, just that slight little motion, that's almost due west. That's almost a hard left. There you go. That is definitely west. That almost looks southwest to me. That'd be ridiculous. Southwest motion, I think it's a little far-fetched, but maybe a brief period of due west is possible. Okay.
Who knows? You can't rule it out.
Yeah. And then between hours 42 and 48, literally no movement whatsoever. It is stationary at that point. And then at 54, it should start to eject back to the northeast, I believe. Yep, it starts moving back to the northeast. There you go. Still going very, very slow. I mean, look at that, hour 16. It looks like it's almost still in the same area. It pretty much is. Just keep going and keep going. Looks like the GFS actually looks considerably after that point. But there you go. It kind of stalls off of Rhode Island, Long Island region, just like that, and it curves off to the northeast. Still going real slow. Or 120, and wow. It's by then it's still a pretty small storm. But look at that. Even 120 hours pass, and it's still near the United States coast. So that shows how little it'll be moving over these next several days. All right, I'm going to do a comment check real quick. Rocco, you can share any comments you have while I do that.
Okay, so yeah, basic things. We have to watch this. Oh, what's that? Anyways, basic thing. We have to watch this storm closely. If you are currently down by the shore, you need to get out immediately. Don't listen to the government. They have no clue what they're doing. You need to get out immediately. So, and to be honest, I'm thinking like with this trend eastward, like if you live in inland, like say eastern Pennsylvania, southern New York, northern Connecticut, those areas, you should be fine. Besides for some breezes, you should be fine. Right now, it looks like the worst of the storm will only be limited to the coast, like Long Island, eastern New Jersey, southern Rhode Island, eastern Delaware. That's where I think the worst of the storm will be. If you live in any of those areas, you should be completed with your preparations by now. The storm timing looks to be starting from early tomorrow and going through Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. But the worst of the storm looks to be from tomorrow night through Monday night. So yeah, that's just what I have to say.
All right, very, very nice. Hold on one second. I'm going to reply to someone. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just going to do a couple shout outs here. Weather 162.550, which is Michael Runyon. Hello, hello. Any major tornado threat across Rocco's location? Not expecting a major one, but isolated one for sure. Yes, there was an awkward silence. I'm sorry. Apple Watches taste like apples. Okay. I won't argue with that one. It's possible. Hello to Alexis Besseril. I'm not going to pronounce your last name, but hello to Alexis B. Thank you for watching. I think the washing machine is beeping in the other room. Anyways, let's see what else. Okay, all right. So moving along. So like I said, guys, actually the NHC cone of uncertainty shifted to the west with this latest advisory. Rocco, did you notice that at all?
Wait, is my mic still muted?
No.
not. Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know if it's just the start of a trend or just a brief jog west. We'll have to watch and see at 11 o'clock my time.
For sure. We're going to look at some more models as well here pretty soon, because the GFS was definitely showed a pretty nice organized system, but you got to take a look at some of these mesoscale models that are absolutely ridiculous. Some of them are probably too ridiculous. Some of them show really a plausible solution. Sirens of Southeast Minnesota, I shouted you out at the very beginning of the stream. Question, Uranium Force 9000, go ahead and ask, and I will attempt to answer as best as I can. Okay, so I'm gonna get another model ready here. What was brought to my attention tonight is that there was a big difference between the 12-kilometer NAM and the 4-kilometer NAMs. I haven't taken a look at either of those tonight. So let's see what the big difference is. Let's start with the 12-kilometer NAM, which is more commonly looked at. First siren I filmed, it was the first siren I ever filmed was the Thunderbolt near my house, and I never uploaded that one because my camera screwed up. The first one I uploaded to YouTube, I believe, was the Federal Signal 2001 siren in attack mode. It was in Lincoln, and that was filmed in 2007. Anywho-ha. Okay, so let's go to the Eastern United States. This is the 18 Zulu run of the 12-kilometer NAM. Yeah, there's an error code on my washing machine. Anyways, it's bothering me because it keeps beeping. Okay, screen share. Let's take a look here. All right, this is as of 18 Zulu. They got the location pretty well there. And then 21 Zulu, again, this is in the past. The NAM is a little bit closer in terms of getting the location more accurate than the GFS. I mean, both of them were pretty close. The NAM's just a tad bit closer, a little bit more to the west. So that's something to keep note of, that the NAM was a little bit better on putting where the current, where the location of Hermine is in relation to the time frame we are at now. Definitely looking good there so far. Heavy precipitation again to the north, as expected. And got a nice trailing cold front. That is a huge cold front. Holy crap. There you go. So we're at hour 9. This is 3 Zulu Sunday, which 3 Zulu is in, hold on, let me do 3 Zulu is in about 2 hours from now. Should be about there. That's probably just a tad east. Although with the current motion, it probably won't be too far off. So I'll buy it. I'll buy this. Okay, then we go out to 6 Zulu. That's 1 a.m. Central or 2 a.m. Eastern. There you go. And 15. So as you can see there, it's still kind of going to the northeast. But as you can see, with each frame, it just gets more and more towards the due north. So there's 9 Zulu. That's 4 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Eastern. And then we go, let's see the difference. There you go. Literally just like that, it stalls it out with, like, there's not really any warning and doesn't really slow down very much between these frames. But you go between the 15 and the 18-hour frame and just bam, it just stops. Incredible. Still looks largely offshore. There looks like there's hardly any action on the East Coast at Sunday, 7 a.m. Sunday there. 21 Zulu, or no, not 21. 15 Zulu doesn't make any progress whatsoever. Not really, at least. As you can see, okay, there's 24. Now the 12-kilometer NAM, as you can tell, it almost looks like it's kind of trending, although it's largely stalled, but you can kind of see like a slight east push somewhat. And then there you go. After you get past 24 hours from now, there you go. Bam, starts going off to the northwest. Makes that not really a hard left, but it does make a left turn and kind of creeps its way towards New Jersey. Precipitation's weaker. Whoa, look at that band. Wow. This, Rocco, are you seeing this image right now?
Yes, I am.
That right there looks tropical to me, actually.
Yes, it does.
The 12-kilometer NAM is suggesting by this model run here, that it's looking more tropical again, like it could regain its tropical characteristics. Maybe not completely, maybe not entirely, but it does look more tropical with this run, and that's only 33 hours from now. Something to watch as well. 36 hours, there you go. That has to be tropical. I mean, just the way that band is rotating, it's now on the west side, and that's intense. Barrels right towards the coast. Look at that. Ooh, that is close. Definitely looking tropical with this run. Not saying that it will become tropical again, but it is possible. But if you take a look at this one is much farther west. As a matter of fact, that one goes southwest.
Michael, yes, I saw your question. I am ready for the storm. There's no need to worry. I'm totally fine. We're preparing at my house.
Fantastic. Oops. There you go. It even veers off to the southwest just a little bit, but this run of the NAM doesn't really have the storm changing much in intensity, maybe getting a little deeper, but this one almost brings it on shore. Almost misses Delaware by about 50 miles. 48 hours, and then it starts going back off to, oh no, it's still stalled there. Alls. This run of the NAM shows fairly, not widespread, but it shows pockets of or bands of heavy precipitation occasionally impacting the mid-Atlantic. So that'll have to be watched, of course, because although it's currently not looking like it's going to be much of a flood threat, if some of these like higher resolution models will verify, there will be periods of convective bands that'll probably arrive on shore and could easily dump a few inches of rain over some areas. So definitely keep your eyes out on that. But there's the 12-kilometer NAM so far. Rocco, share your thoughts. What do you think?
Basically, the NAM is a good point, and trending west that far, like, I wouldn't be surprised at 11 o'clock to see the NHC trend west, more westward with those models. So, yeah, people on the beach, they really need to evacuate. So, yep, that's just what's gonna happen.
Definitely. So there you go. As you can, so that's what I was talking about earlier, was the high resolution models, and we've only can't talk. We've only looked at one of them, and you can tell that there's a big difference between the global models and the more mesoscale or high resolution models.
Right now, she's over the Gulf Stream, and she's supposed to be sitting there for a while, so we could really see some explosive development with this.
Oh, absolutely. We've already seen an increase in strength just today. I mean, it's almost up to hurricane level winds.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 70-mile-per-hour storm by like early Monday morning, but now it's been a 70-mile-per-hour storm since 5 o'clock today.
Right. I was gonna say something. Forgot. Hold on.
I was just taking a
Did you
screenshot.
screenshot me?
No, I was screenshotting like some weather alert that came up on Google Maps.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
it's weird. I just went on Google Maps and it said tropical storm warning south northwest Suffolk County, New York.
Interesting. Cool. So, like I said, big difference between the global models and the mesoscale / high resolution models. The globals are trying to pull this thing out to sea. Although, again, the GFS did bump itself to the west, but still largely out to sea. Whereas just this one run of the NAM, it hugs the coast, which was the original solution. So now it's going to be a race between which suite of models is going to be right. Is it going to be a global win, or is it going to be more of a mesoscale win? And that's what we're going to have to watch very closely. When I started showing you the NAM, I told you that there was a big difference between the 12-kilometer and the 4-kilometer, according to people I've talked to. So we're going to investigate that. So the 4-kilometer NAM, aka the WRF, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can find it. Where'd it go? NAM, there it is, NAM WRF 4-kilometer. Okay. By the way, Zero Zulu runs are just now starting to initialize. So we'll have a new suite of models coming out here in just a couple hours. But because this is not out yet, it's just now showing up. Let's go to the 18 Zulu so we can compare. Let's go. Let's use this frame. This frame will be good. Later radar. Come on. Oh, there it is. Let's look at. Okay, so this is not. Before you guys freak out on the colors you're about to see, this is not. This is not surface winds. This is winds. It's winds near the surface. It's the 900 millibar level, which is still it's pretty low, but it's not at the surface. So just don't freak out when you see these really huge colors. Okay, so let's begin here. Screen share. And we'll go to Weather Bell. Oop, that is not Weather Bell. That is my Facebook. I'm sorry. Okay, so here you go. The M is far more detailed than the 12-kilometer, in my opinion. It's a lot more detailed. It goes out to 60 hours. But let's take a look. So here's the initialization. So this is 19. No, my bad. Yeah, okay, so initialize 18 Zulu. The first frame is 19 Zulu. So there it was, just off the coast of North Carolina. But let's go forward let's go to our current time, which in Zulu, we are now almost at 2 Zulu. So here we go. Sunday, 2 Zulu. There it is. Okay, so there's the center of the storm. Now let's compare that with the latest animated satellite. I'm going to refresh it. There you can see that spin going on. Now remember that image, or remember that loop that you're seeing there, and then let's pan over to the current position. Rocco, what would you say between the current position now and what this model is showing for the exact same time? What do you make of it?
To be honest, I think it looks like the exact same thing.
Looks pretty close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I definitely think so. I think the WRF is pretty spot on, pretty darn close there. So that's good. That's good. let's take a look and see where this thing brings us, or brings Hermine. So there's 3. How about we go forward to 6 Zulu. So this is 2 a.m. Eastern time tonight. Lock on. There you go. No. There we go. There we go. No, that's right. Never mind. Okay, so still has that northeastward motion that we're still seeing, still being advertised into 2 a.m. Eastern time. That looks pretty accurate. I think that's spot on. Let's go to 12 Zulu and see what happens over this period of time. This one, as we go into tomorrow morning, still going off to the east-northeast like, but significantly slows down tonight. I mean, it's already slowing way down, but this has this thing almost stalled by 12 Zulu tomorrow, which is pretty impressive. Pretty strong. You can see the lower level winds there are, oh man, yeah, that's pretty strong. I mean, we're looking at 76 plus knots. That's low level winds, not surface winds, but low level.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen, knowing that the storm is currently moving over the Gulf Stream right now. It's supposed to just sit there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fully expect this thing to undergo some pretty impressive strengthening over the next couple of days. This thing becoming tropical again.
I'm gonna give it right now about a 40% chance of it becoming tropical.
I would agree with you. About 40%, 40 to 50% is would be my rough estimation. So there you go. Yes, it will be over warm waters, which the Gulf Stream, whatever you want to call it. Warm waters, pretty low shear environment. The only thing that might the only thing that might disturb it a little bit is that upper level trough that will also be steering this thing. That could prevent it from becoming tropical. If that trough was not there at all, this thing would quickly become tropical again with probably no questions asked.
Yep.
But yes, possibility of this becoming tropical again. Okay, so let me take a look at comments real fast. Let's see. Hello to Milton, Washington, Tech 99. Thank you for joining. And I appreciate the positive comments from Uranium Force 9000. Let's see. All right. Anyways, okay, so no major questions there. Okay, so this image is 15 Zulu. So let's go from hour 18. Let's just kind of bump it hour by hour. Not much movement, as you can see there. Still kind of has that eastward hint to it. Just stalled for the most part. Let's just keep advancing these hours, see what happens. You can definitely see this is much stronger than the 12-kilometer NAM that we saw earlier. According to this thing looks at hour 25 looks tropical with an eye even, because you can see where the winds just drop off right there in the very, very center. It looks like it's almost nothing. I mean, this looks like a full-blown hurricane. Very impressive. And then there you go. Just, well, this isn't northwest. This is about due north. Okay, there's the northwest. There's the northwest right there at hour 28. But it's not as much of a northwest turn.
I'll be right back.
Just kidding. Hold on. Got choked up for a second. Woo. Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. It just wow. That is intense. Holy mother of God. Look at that, guys. That right there is
Post that in our group.
what this image?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. That is utterly insane. That is well below 980 millibars. I mean, this is probably in the 970s range there. Look at that. Just explosive development advertised by this model out past 24 hours from now. So that's 24 to 36 hours from now and on after. Look at that intensification, and it makes it a hard left. That's due west right there. Very strong system. Still keeps it offshore though. This one even goes south. Look at that. U-turn there. And then it's U-turns, goes off to the northeast. But man, that is powerful. This type of track would for sure be would bring some strong to possibly damaging winds to the coast lines from Chesapeake Bay up into Long Island and Rhode Island, and maybe even southern Massachusetts. Dangerous storm surge right there, and this would probably also spread some precipitation on shore, but that is very strong and needs to be watched carefully because being stalled over warm waters like that can cause situations like this where the system just explodes, and this is definitely something we need to watch very carefully. What are your thoughts on the 4-kilometer NAM, Rocco?
Oh, yeah, to be honest, I think we need to watch it closely, that one, because it might have a point. You never know.
Definitely. I think if I were to throw out a prediction right now, I mean, obviously anything is possible, but if I were to throw out a prediction right now, I would say that we're going to be somewhere in between the intensity that was just advertised by the 4-kilometer NAM. It'll probably be between that and the 12-kilometer NAM, somewhere right in between. So not as weak as the 12-kilometer NAM, but not as intense as the 4-kilometer. That would be my prediction. Is that it will deepen into the 980 millibar range again. I mean, that's pretty much a given because right now it's in the 990s, but I could definitely easily see that thing getting down the 980s. Definitely think hurricane force winds are going to occur, and it's probably imminent. I think it's going to be higher than the 75 mile per hour currently advertised by the NHC.
You think a hurricane watch might have to get issued?
What?
You think a hurricane watch might have to get issued?
That's a tough question. There's a couple people who do believe that hurricane watches are going to be hoisted for
I don't know about Long Island, but maybe for the Jersey Shore.
Oh yeah. I guess it probably wouldn't be a hurricane up by Long Island, but yeah, for sure. Some people do believe that hurricane watches are going to be put up. If I were to go by what the models are saying right now, I would probably say no, just because only a few of them are really showing that dangerous that really intense hurricane force winds making it to the shore. So my answer would be no right now, but that could change by tomorrow. So something we definitely to watch very closely.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So go ahead, drop comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you want to hear me talk about anything, want to answer any questions about this storm, let me know. And I'm going to check the chat right now. Hello to David Wine. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Uranium Force 9000. I probably should have got like a bottle of water before I did this because hurts.
Okay, I'm back now.
All right, sweet. I'm replying to someone right now, so you can talk if you want.
Okay. I just saw this picture on Twitter actually of water already plowing into a New Jersey seawall, so it's just a sign of things to come.
For
Did
sure.
you see my message I sent you on Facebook, Matt?
I haven't looked at it yet, but I will. Okay, there we go. Let me take a look at what Rocco sent me. Tropical storm warning, northwest Suffolk County, New York. Nice. Very nice. Okay. All right, you guys, keep posting these comments. There's not much more to talk about the system, so we'll probably be ending here in just a minute. Rocco, is there anything you want to add?
I just want to wish good luck to everyone in the storm's path, and remember, if you're on the beaches, you need to evacuate.
I agree with him. Do not stay on the beaches and ride this out. You will be bombarded with storm surge and flooding rain, or not really flooding rains, but storm surge and damaging winds. You don't want to be up. You don't want to be there because this will last several days. And if you get flooded out, you're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Yep.
So if you want to ride out the storm, best of luck to you. You better make sure you have supplies because this thing could have you trapped in, given that it continues to goes out to sea. You might be all right. But even without the sea, you're still going to get some degree of coastal flooding regardless. Yeah, I mean, that's about there all is to it. There could be some inland impacts as well, but it's the coastal. It's going to be a big coastal storm for the most part. Thank you guys for the positive comments. But yes, get ready for some explosive development. It's over the Gulf Stream, as Rocco has said.
Yep.
Very, very interesting situation. Me and Rocco have been following the storm for more than a week now. And it's always interesting to watch. Oh, by the way, Rocco, do you have our advisory out?
Oh, not yet. I forgot. I'll put it out shortly.
Sure, thanks. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes. Good to know. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you later. Probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy, but watch Facebook, watch the weather. Stay out of harm's way. Don't get yourself killed. You know, that's about all I got. Rocco, do you have anything?
Not really. Just thanks for watching, everyone, and good luck if you're in the storm's path.
All right, so we will see everyone later. Peace out. Peace. And oop.